Stay black in America. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Greatest country in the world for a black man or a black woman. My video tonight, this early 2:52 in the morning a.m. because I work all day long and I close at midnight, and I do most of my, probably 95% of my videos after midnight. But maybe not 95%. Let me see. I'm getting off topic a little bit. Maybe 75%. I have done something during the daytime, been interrupted by customers, and had to start it all over again and delete it out. But thank God I got them done. But basically, this topic here is about. I heard a woman's channel. I listened to it, and this lady was interviewing a Filipino girl, Filipino woman. She was between 35 and 40. And she was speaking about relationships, about younger women and older men. And if she could go back in time, she would not have dated older men. She would have dated men in her own age group. She said that she had dated an older man, and he gave her the opportunity to not work, not pay rent, not have any responsibilities, to go to school to work on her career. But in exchange, she would, be at his, his beck and call. She would, pretty much listen to what he did, follow his program, and that type of thing. And so after she did all that, did what she wanted to do, got into her own, situation, how she wanted to live, how she wanted to go, got through all that kind of thing, then she says that she would not have done that. That she wouldn't have made that move. She would have stayed, she'd have dealt with younger men. It's amazing how people can be so ungrateful. She would not have achieved anything where she's at now, dealing with younger men, because they wouldn't have had the money to provide those things for. But then she criticized this older guy, because, he probably wasn't that old. Nowhere near as old as I am right now. I'm 64 still. He probably was way younger than me. He might have been 40, and she might have been 20, I don't know. But, criticized this guy and say she wouldn't have done that. And she's on some podcast talking to some other lady who's interviewing, who has stockings on, and stockings go halfway up her thigh, and the rest of her thigh is being shown, because you got a little short dress on, shorter than it should be. And but it just amazed me, like the ungratefulness of people in general, especially women. Very, very ungrateful, So she had that type of situation, and she didn't just date women. She said she liked relationships with older men. And then she would say, well, she looked at back at pictures from the past and say, something must have been wrong with the older men for wanting to be me anyway. I look so young in those pictures. She's a little tiny Filipino woman anyway, so she's probably about 5'2". She might weigh 105 pounds soaking wet. So she looked 35 to 40 now. She still looked pretty young. So I guess she did look very, 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 very young for her to say that. But I'm saying, on the flip side, what was your thing when you were so attracted to older men? What was your problem? If they had a problem because you look back at older pictures and say you appear to be so young and they appear to be older, but you benefited from all the money they gave you and all the opportunities they gave you to succeed, because they gave you opportunities to succeed. They didn't withhold that from you. They didn't like to try to deceive you and not give you any opportunities to succeed, but gave all the opportunities to succeed. And then after the fact, she's talking about the fellas. And it's amazing to me. But it makes me think about when I was, it's 2023 now. I guess it must have been 23 years ago. I was in here, because I've been running this business in 1985. It must have been year 2000. A guy came in here. He was homeless. He claimed he was cold. He was hungry. Could you give me anything, man, to help me out? Blah blah blah. And not my normal thing to give stuff out to people, because I'm in business to make money. I'm in business to make a profit. Sole purpose of business is to make a profit. But I said to myself, you always think, well, could that have been one of my sons at that time? My oldest son was only 12 years old. Could that have been but this person clearly had to be my age, right? My age, maybe a touch younger. And so I fed this guy, man. I gave him a huge cheeseburger with cheese on it, microwave it, nice sandwich, something to drink, paper towels, napkins, all that kind of stuff, man. So he could go and eat his stuff, and gave him a place to stand up on a wall so he eat. And The guy sat there and ate, man, for about 15, 20 minutes, consumed all the burger, all the drink, then had the nerve to tell me that I really didn't want the cheese. I really don't like cheese. And I thought to myself, man, when he said that, it almost like made me want to like whoop his ass, right? Whoop his ass. I'm a Christian man, child of God, but I was so angry because it was something that I normally don't do anyway. And I took compassion upon this person and gave them food and gave them drink, and for them to criticize what they had gotten after they ate every morsel of it, there was nothing left to criticize. They could have kept it to themselves and just left. I told them, in good voice, remove yourself from my store. That's what you think I said to him. Remove yourself from my store right now, because I will probably tear you apart. And so I think about that person. The same I think about this little Asian, little Filipino lady who was talking about she wished she would have dated guys. And she wished she wouldn't have dated older guys. But yes, she dated older guys with a purpose, to be able to not do nothing, to lay around, do what you want to do, and have somebody else take care of you. Who else is going to do that? And what older guy, and then she cried, why would the older guy want to do it? Well, quite naturally, the older guy did it because you're younger, and he must like younger women. I think you were over the age of a minor, so you wasn't like a baby. You weren't like a teenager. You were a woman then, a petite, tiny woman, but you were a woman nonetheless. And I guess that old guy liked what he saw, that young thing. Maybe he said, I'm going to be with somebody, let me be with this little young, fine thing here, instead of being with somebody old my age, been around the road, been up and down the block several times and got a big body count, right? So, he did that. So I just, I felt the same way about the guy I gave that cheeseburger and sandwich to 23 years ago. Of course, I forgave him. I forgave and moved on because, we have to forgive because our Heavenly Father won't forgive us. I forgave and moved on, man. But I said to myself, like, wow, I will never do that again. I will think more wisely before I decide to do something because, you can be angry, but you definitely don't want to sin. And so that's my story. Stay black in America, and that's like, I'll just say ungrateful, ungrateful. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.